Alright guys, Classic's back, and I'm here to talk about Xenoverse 3. And honestly, in order for Xenoverse 3 to do a hell of a lot better than Xenoverse 1 and obviously 2, since 2 is the one that's taking place right now, is by fixing quite a bit of stuff in the game. First off, when I first saw E3 that just popped out like a few months back, I honestly thought we were gonna get like a Dragon Ball Zenkai Battle Royale. If not that, Xenoverse 3, but I felt like that might have been too soon. And for those who are wondering what Dragon Ball Zenkai Battle Royale is, it's an arcade game that takes place out there in Japan. It's a really big popular game out there, which they actually have tons and tons of updates for it, like crazy for it. But instead of me getting off topic, let me just get back to this Xenoverse 3. And talk about how to make the game amazing, where people are actually going to want to buy it as soon as they see like from the trailers, and if they get to see the stuff fixed in the game. Like, first of all, making a character. Honestly, from Xenoverse 1 to Xenoverse 2, they did a drastic increase on all the creativity stuff you can do in the game, which honestly I am happy that they did. But like everyone else, I want more. And to make it even better, in my opinion, is if they made it kind of like the way they did in WWE 2K17, 16, and I believe even a few of the older ones, where you could actually put in like the tattoo, like dozens and dozens of hairstyles. You could make like pretty much anybody you could practically think of in that game. You could make your favorite anime, your favorite DCs, your favorite YouTubers. You could make yourself, you could make anybody in that game. Why couldn't Xenoverse 2 be like that? Well, you know what? Hopefully they'll do that in Xenoverse 3. Because if you can do that, I highly doubt you're going to bump into someone that looks just like your character, unless you guys are both huge fans of like Deadpool, or huge fan of like the character I made in Xenoverse 2, which is the Joker. Otherwise, there's gonna be thousands of stuff for everyone could make. You could make those Absalom characters from Dragon Ball. You could make... It doesn't even have to be just Dragon Ball. It could be anything. It could be One Piece. It could be Naruto. It could be Bleach. The list could go on and on. But another thing I want them to also do in this game for Xenoverse 3 is to have new race. It doesn't have to be one race. It could be two race. And the reason why I'm saying 2 is because since they showed us so much in Super, and plus all the past games and movies and TV series and everything, they could even give us an android race. And I don't want it just to be different versions of bulkiness and height. I also want it to be from like a twig to as ripped as Broly. Same thing with height. I like height to be as small as Dende, but as tall as Broly. And I don't want them just to be little twigs and bulky. I would also like to have the option of being normal and fat. There's a lot of characters in Dragon Ball that were also fat, but you can't make them in the creative mode. And so if you're able to do that with creative characters, there will be so much more different characters you see out there. Another thing I would like them to do is once you actually make your character, select the race and all that stuff, and you start the game, don't have it where it restarts story mode. It gets kind of annoying rewatching story mode over and over, trying to skip it through the whole thing, and not just watching the beginning intro, but actually playing the story itself. Because you're forced to play about, I'll say, almost half of the story, a little less than half, maybe 2/3 of the, no, that's more than half, 1/3 of the story. You probably have to play about 1/3 of the story, which will take you maybe an hour to do, because you're forced to read all the little guides, and you're trying to skip it as fast as possible. So it'll take you almost an hour just to be able to fly, and to do stuff like that in the city. That gets annoying. That's probably another reason why people gave up in making other characters, because they don't like going through all that. The next thing they should do, since I brought up the whole story itself, for the story, there's so much they can do. Like the way we're believing right now with the angels and the grand priests are coming up with something bad. If that actually never happens in the series, they could actually do that in Xenoverse 3. Since Mira and all of them are doing stuff like that where they're changing everything, making everyone evil, do bad stuff. They could change the plots like that. They could have the universe survival arc and all that. They could do all the arcs from Super, all the major ones, the main ones, and bring it to this game. Like the tournament with 6 and 7, and then what's taking place right now. Little things like that, I think would be pretty neat. Another thing I would like to bring up is the character roster. I know everybody wants it like the way it was in some of the past Dragon Ball Z games, where it felt like everybody was in there. And now with Super, everybody wants every single character you could practically think of that's been coming out. That's actually a lot of work and pretty hard to do, especially to take the time to make every single character like that. But since we're looking at regular people like well, I can't really say like ourselves, because these people probably have experience in doing stuff like this, or like all the modders. You have so many people making so many different types of mods in this game. I'm actually very impressed with that, because they make it look just like the characters. They actually make all the ones that people enjoy. Like, it doesn't even have to be Dragon Ball related. I've seen like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Ed, from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I think all 3 of them actually now. They make pretty much anything you could think of. Freaking Greymon, War Greymon, all these characters from Digimon, all these characters from freaking Transformers. You name it, they probably made it. If they haven't made it yet, they're probably going to make it. Freaking, they even made like all the what if type of characters that you've been hearing like all your favorite YouTubers will talk about. All your like other people like us making their own comics and their own versions of characters, Opsilon characters and all that. I've seen all those mods. If they could make the mods, why can't Dimps do the same thing? They could just make it. I know they'll probably be like, well, they won't tell us this, but they probably don't want to do it because it costs so much money for them to put in that type of labor. If they're worried about the money and they don't want to put it all like in a season pass, then charge us for it. I don't care. If you're gonna give me the entire, for example, $10 for everyone from Universe 10, I'll pay it. I'm sure so many people would pay it. I feel bad for the ones who won't be able to buy it, but that's how things go. We can't always get everything we want. Just like I want the virtual reality stuff, but I'm not gonna go spend $1,000 on that. So they could easily put stuff like that in the game when it comes to the character rosters. And if they want, they could put, like I said, charges for each individual pack. Like I brought this up in the past, making a movie pack. But now we've been getting like all the movie characters. We've got them for free or we got them in DLCs. Since they didn't give us all the actual henchmen, I would pay for a pack like that. Like, I don't know, $10.99 or something like that for a movie pack of all the henchmen. And some people are like, that's not a lot of characters. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of people. If you're counting freaking Lord Slug, if you're counting Cooler's henchmen, Garlic Jr., the list could be going on forever and ever. But they could bring in characters like that, and like I also said, the universe characters, all the different universe. So you can actually get them all, not just Hit and all that. And speaking of Hit, when it comes to clothes, I should have brought this up earlier, but since we're in characters, rosters, and stuff like that, they need to give us the option to change the color of the clothes. It's cool to have it where, yes, they look just like the clothes in the game, but I would like to change it. I don't want my character to have the exact same pattern or color. If I could change the pattern, that'd be awesome. Make my own unique style. And if they want to, for you to have that ability, which I think would be pretty cool, is if you platinum the game. People who platinum the game should have the option to change the color of whatever the hell they want in the game when it comes to their character. I think that would be pretty cool. You platinum the game, you get that special ability. Because there's stuff like that, rewards in certain games, like Batman, you got different skins. Well, instead of us giving us different skins, it's giving the option to change the color. They can't say it can't be done. Why? Because we've seen mods do it all the time. How else did they make all those different versions of the gods? Same clothes, they just changed the color. That was pretty easy for them. I don't see why it should be hard for Dimps. The next thing I want to talk about, which is the most major thing in the game, is connection. So many people have bad connection. It's not just, people say, well, then why don't you select your region? It's not just your region. It's all over the place. I could be playing somebody in a different part of the United States and we'll have horrible connection. It might be the fact that their Wi-Fi is so bad that they don't have like top of the line, and they probably have like 20 devices hooked onto it. All from brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, and everyone you could think of, grandpa, grandma, anyone else who has a device hooked up to it. So which is probably what's causing it to be bad. It could also be because of weather. It could be all kinds of stuff. But I played other games. I played Call of Duty. I played Battlefront. I played other fighting game shooters and stuff where the connection is not that bad. Yeah, they lag here and there, but not as bad as it is on Xenoverse. I think we feel it more because we're doing like hand-to-hand combat, maybe. But I was a prick in Call of Duty. I was that guy that would run around and shank everyone, or in Black Ops run around and hit him with the bat. Things like that. If those games don't have that type of problem, this one shouldn't have that type of problem either. I'm not saying it's the perfect games where they have no lag. They have lag, just nowhere near as bad as Xenoverse. For people in Xenoverse, you're having combos, they fall out of it like you're not even punching them. Or sometimes they're just teleporting all over the map, or the connection's so bad where we end up getting an army of comps just all over the place, having like a big battle royale, all beating up one side of the team, which is kind of stupid. Another thing they need to also fix in this game is the combos. Yeah, the combos look nice, it looks cool and everything, but then you have those type of players who are desperate where if they break your stamina, they'll do everything in their power to kill you and rape you instantly. And now if it was like stylish, I wouldn't care. But if it's just like a key blast punch the whole entire time, that's annoying. Little things like that. They honestly should make the key cost stuff, and the snap vanishing. Snap vanishing like the way they do, that should cost stamina, not help you regain your key and stamina and all kinds of stuff to benefit you. Little things like that, they need to fix in the game. But like I said, guys, if they want to make Xenoverse 3 an amazing game, they should add all that into it. Because if they put all that into the game and fix all the little problems we have in Xenoverse 2, I think everyone will be going crazy for it. Now, the graphics to me is amazing, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, they don't have to bump that up. But when it comes to character rosters, they could bump that up, obviously. If mods can do it, they can do it. When it comes to connections, if other games don't have that type of problem, Xenoverse shouldn't be having that problem anymore either. Because hopefully by then, with all the money they collected from us, from the season pass, from buying the games and stuff like that, that should benefit towards them wanting to make another one, realizing how many people enjoy the game. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Deadpool. The Joker. Toad. Gym Leader Brock.